Hi, good morning. I think people got a little bit excited. It was the opening of what was a launch window, our first real one, with the airspace application going in. So it was the first chance that we had to go, which we put in, and obviously was picked up, and people got very excited about, and we were definitely planning towards. But some tests over the last 24 hours just meant we weren't quite there yet, and we've just had to make a call to look at it after Christmas.
Oh, okay, that must be really disappointing.
Yeah, it is. We've worked so hard on this for so long, and we're so close now, and the intensity just gets, higher and higher the closer you get. So myself and my team, as well as, our colleagues at Virgin and UK Space Agency, everybody wants this to happen. So it is disappointing. It was a bit of a down day yesterday, to say the least. But, I think today we've realized it was the right decision, and, it's still there, and it's not a matter of, if anymore, it's just when.
Okay, so these kind of issues that have come up, are they something that, like techie things that you have to do a few more tests on, or is it more along the lines of further licenses and more paperwork?
So there's a couple things. We are just running, Virgin Orbit are running through some of their technical testing that they weren't 100% confident and ready to go with. So they want to do a bit more testing on their end. And then we, from a license perspective, we have the spaceport license, which we got a few weeks ago, which was fantastic. And then they always said, the launch license would follow weeks after. And we're just in that period now where we're expecting it imminently. But again, because we don't have it in our hands, it was just starting to just push it a little bit. And that's why we'd rather wait, get that license across the line, get the tech exactly where Virgin want it to be, have everybody have a Christmas day with their families, and then, as soon as we can after Christmas, we'll get back in that launch window.
Have you got any dates in mind?
No, so Virgin Orbit will need to apply for that airspace. So that will go out, I imagine, after they do a couple more tests this week and early next week. And then they'll apply again for the airspace. And once we have that, then you'll see those dates come out again. But, it is just weeks away, and we're still, we're not taking the foot off the pedal at all. And, the public and all our supporters and stakeholders, again, we'll still have the opportunity to come up to the site to see the launch happen as well.
Are you reliant on weather windows as well?
Slightly, yes. Not as much as a traditional kind of vertical rocket would be, because the aircraft takes the rocket, somewhat above the weather a lot of the times. But of course, this time of year, you never know. So it's definitely something that we'll always be keeping an eye on. And actually looking at the weather of the day that we're looking at to launch next week is now looking pretty dicey anyways. So yeah, it's again something that our Met team are looking at and monitoring.
And with the licenses, do they have a set amount of time that they are valid for?
No, so the license for the spaceport and for Virgin are for the launch itself, so there's no kind of time frame on that necessarily. The spacecraft, so all the satellites on board are all licensed separately as well. So as soon as they get their licenses across the line, then as soon as that's good for until they launch.